Welcome. Wait, what's this? The 7th episode?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Welcome to the first 7th episode of the Hit or Misscast. I'm Clay from Hit or Miss Productions.
I'm Haylie from Hit or Miss Productions.
I'm Ben from Hit or Miss Productions.
And we're the 3 hit or misses. I haven't done this in a while. I wasn't on the last episode. I don't remember what we're doing. But today, we've got 3 movies to talk about, folks. That's right, 3 movies. 3 horror movies, in fact. We have Roofman, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Little Shop of Horrors. Unless there's any movie news that either of y'all want to talk about.
Nothing that I've seen.
Movies exist.
That's right. Let's talk about Roofman. Ben, what's Roofman about?
Roofman is about a man who robs a bunch of McDonald's. And he gets sent to jail. He breaks out of jail. And he lives inside of a Toys R Us, falls in love with a girl, and eventually, he gets kidnapped. Or not kidnapped, arrested. What? He doesn't get kidnapped. But, depending on how you feel about the plot.
Sorry.
Same difference.
That was my censor, because I thought you were about to say something bad.
I was going to say...
Whoa! Okay. Anyways, what happens after that, Ben?
I just kind of gave a brief rundown of the whole movie.
That's awesome. So what did y'all think of Roofman? Also, we're going straight into spoilers. Also, this is based on a real-life story. So
Biopic,
yeah. So what did y'all think of Roofman, Haylie? I know it's been a while since both of y'all have seen it.
Yeah,
I saw it like 2 days ago.
It's been like well over a week since we've seen it.
A week.
I had the benefit.
A week. Never mind, I lied.
I had the benefit of missing the last episode, so I didn't have to watch Roofman until very recently. I did watch The Smashing Machine. I didn't like it that much, but they did. Anyways.
So you liked Roofman better than The Smashing Machine?
I liked Roofman more than The Smashing Machine.
That's a crazy take. I did enjoy Roofman. I'm a slut for a biopic. I'll say it. I love a good biopic.
Who's editing this one?
All right.
Censor it.
I am, and I'm not censoring that.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought Channing Tatum was good. I don't really think I have any specific... It was like, I thought it was just good. Like, I didn't really have any specific... Like, I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good. I don't know.
Ben, what do you think?
I really like the soundtrack.
They did have a good soundtrack.
Other than that, though, what I was, like, expecting, like, this fun comedy towards the middle really slows down. And, like, it's still enjoyable, and I had a good time with it, but I feel like being who I am, I would watch a documentary about this and really like it. But as, like, a narrative film, I was like, it's all right.
Yeah. So I didn't see it till a long time after the two of them did, and because of that, hearing their reviews and the fact that it was a 2-hour-long movie, I wasn't very excited at all. I was actually dreading it, and I kept putting it off. I was supposed to see it like 5 days before I did. I really like the director, Derek Cianfrance. He made a movie called The Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan Gosling and Bradley Cooper that I think is really good. And seeing Roofman, just like the trailers, I thought were so boring. It looked kind of like this artsy director's attempt to make a mainstream film. And I thought that was, like, not a good idea. It seemed like a goofy comedy. I didn't really care about it. It reminded me of, like, Cocaine Bear or something, where it's, like, this Reddit famous story that they were adapting into a movie. Yeah, and I was just like, this is dumb. So I finally saw it, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to. I liked that it had, like, a slower pace and was a little more emotional, and it felt like, oh, it's one of these directors' movies. You saw a lot of his recurring actors in there, like Ben Mendelsohn. I don't think y'all have either of y'all have seen his movies. I
didn't know that he was like a prominent
director.
Yeah.
He has The Place Beyond the Pines is his most famous movie. I know he's done some other stuff, but that's the only one that I've seen. But I thought it was shot well. I really liked the music. I thought Channing Tatum did a really good job. Same with Ben Mendelsohn. I thought he did a really good job. Kirsten Dunst, Peter Dinklage. I thought everyone did a really good job.
Peter Dinklage was funny.
I was very into it throughout. There's some pacing issues.
Why do you think he's funny, Haylie?
Because he was playing a comedic character.
Oh, woke Haylie. This is a woke cast. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I do think there were pacing issues, but like overall, I think the most positive on it between the three of us, which is weird.
Might be true. I don't, like, my phone is used to record this. I don't know what any of my scores for this movies are as we stand, so I'm just gonna say something, and we'll stick with whatever I say. I'm not changing my letterbox.
So you explain what you were saying about, like, the comedy of it, like what you were expecting versus what you got.
So I had low expectations on the comedy. Really, I thought we were going for like the Adam Sandler style. Like, this is kind of slapstick, and like this is a famous person doing something silly. Because the trailers in particular, where he's like pulling out the cash with the ink cartridge and all that, you think, oh, that's gonna be most of the movie, and it wasn't. And I did enjoy that. I liked that it was more of a drama than a comedy, but it felt like false advertising at the same time, especially as the pacing started to like drag along and you're like, okay, I feel like I've been sitting in this movie for 2 hours now. Are we done yet? And you haven't. And it's not done yet. It's nowhere close to done yet. And yeah, I felt like the trailers kind of lied to me a bit, but that's okay.
I do think that it was too long. I agree. I did enjoy the slower parts of it. I think that I would have given it a way lower rating if like the stuff with like the what is Kristen Dunst's character's name?
Lee, I think.
Lee.
If the stuff with Lee, I think that if that hadn't been there and that hadn't happened or whatever, like I would have that would have lost me completely.
Yeah, so that's interesting because the Lee stuff is where I thought it slowed down a little bit. I was like very into it for like the first half. It was more the section to where like he was kind of happy and integrated with the family up through like him starting to slip up. Like the naked shower scene, that little chunk, probably like 20 minutes. I was like, I don't know if this is fully needed or it could be tightened up a little bit.
Yeah, it felt like an hour long. That little bit between those.
Yeah, but I did want to see what you were saying about the false advertisement. You mentioned the like ink bomb thing specifically, like as being like a comedic bit from the trailer that you thought was like reflective of the tone. When I saw that scene in the movie, like I'd seen it in the trailers a bunch, I thought it played pretty like horrific in the film. Like it was
really tense.
Like after that moment happened, it wasn't like, I don't think it was played for comedy. I think it was more like, oh God, what did Channing Tatum do? Because like all the Toys R Us employees start screaming like, get this man to a hospital. Like it's really dark. That whole final sequence is like really dark.
And he's all like, I didn't want to hurt anyone, and he's like all depressed and stuff, and they're all like freaking out, and it's like, oh gosh.
Like there were all the moments that while I was watching, I was like, this could be cut out. They ended up playing into it at the end, like the fat Toys R Us employee and how he kept getting bullied.
Yes,
like I thought that moment at the end of him, him calling out Channing Tatum, I was like, oh, that is a very clever way to like reincorporate that. I thought it was like really good. Like I enjoyed it a good bit. I'm trying to like I think it was mainly just like those.
But you see what I mean though?
It needs to be tightened up.
Like that's a super tense and serious scene, but you see it in the trailer as a comedic beat. So if you're seeing the trailer before going into this, then that moment kind of loses its oomph because you think it's going to be a funny bit.
See, I really enjoy the fact that it was played differently. The scenes that I thought clashed with the tones were like when Channing Tatum is initially in the Toys R Us and is like skating around and stuff and doing silly things with the toys and making the orangutan dance or whatever. Like that is what I thought clashed with the tone, and I would have taken that stuff out. Even though it was apparently like accurate to the real story of Jeffrey Manchester.
Jeffrey Manchester. Who is Jeffrey Manchester?
So this movie, I immediately got on Jeffrey Manchester's Wikipedia page because I was like, this stuff seems so crazy. Like how much of this is true? Yeah. It's mostly true. So he did actually burn down the dentist's office because of his dental records being there. Allegedly. What it doesn't seem like he was doing that because like Keith Stanfield's character told him to. Like I don't think that aspect of it was real. We don't really know why he was doing that. He did actually ride his bike around Toys R Us at night to like get exercise. He did actually do the baby monitor camera setup. I thought that was completely made up for the movie. I was like, no way is this real.
He's just watching his soaps every day.
Yeah, he actually did that stuff. He, I'm trying to think of other like things. I mean, he did actually go into the pawn store to get the gun so that he could rob the Toys R Us. Lee was a real character. I thought for sure that whole storyline had to be made up.
I mean, it was in the end credits.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's what I was so surprised about. I don't think she actually worked at Toys R Us, but she did go to that church. And all the pastor, that character was real. He did go to like the singles lunch and like make an impression. The stuff that like it's just like the little details that aren't real, like the cavity is coming from like him only eating M&Ms. Oh, he did actually eat baby food. That was a real thing from the guy's story.
Eating baby food?
Yeah, that wasn't a joke in the movie. So like the crazier stuff actually happened, which like I'm pretty impressed at like how closely this stuck to the material because so much of it like worked out in such a way to where to me it feels like it was made up for the movie. But I was very impressed by that.
A wild story.
Yeah.
It's tough to adapt wild stories.
I had never heard of this before. Have you?
I had heard of it.
I had never heard
like,
of
it's
this.
like it was like something I'd probably seen on like Reddit or Twitter or something.
Where did it take place? It was like
I do not remember where it took place.
Like South Carolina?
But I know it was in like the early 2000s, which as a nerd, I was noticing things in that Toys R Us that I'm like, that doesn't fit. There was like a Disney Princess backpack with Moana on it, and I'm like, that sheet shouldn't exist in 2004 or whatever.
Right.
The Spider-Man model is from that one kids TV show on Disney Junior that came out in the 2010s. Mm-hmm. But we don't have to talk about why I know that.
They were using like I think the modern Nintendo logo over like GameCube games. There was one detail. The writer of this like must really be a fan of Zelda, because like Zelda the Wind Waker is the most popular game. Yeah. It's been a while since y'all seen it. Do you remember the scene where he gives the kid Zelda 4 swords?
He brings up 4 swords.
He brings up 4 swords, which is the less popular game. And he's also like, oh, you need the Game Boy Advance controller. And like he gives her that too. Like I could see like a normal writer just like picking that out of a hat because like Zelda's popular, but they had to know what that was to know that you had to have the Game Boy Advance as a controller.
The writer played a lot of 4 swords growing up. I just have to assume.
Like I saw that and my ears perked up, and it was written by Derek C. and Friend and a guy named Kurt Gunn, who I don't know who that is.
Related to James Gunn?
Probably not. But yeah, I was like, that was a weird detail that stuck out to me.
I thought it was going to go the route, because again, at this point in the movie, it's still mostly a comedy. I thought he was going to call the Link doll Zelda, and I'd be like, oh, haha, old man. But he didn't.
He was on it.
So I respect that. Good job, Channing Tatum.
Yeah. Any more thoughts about Roofman?
Do we have anything specific about like the acting? Like I thought that Channing Tatum was really, really good in this like more, I guess, more of a serious role for him. I mean, I like Channing Tatum, even though he does usually play these like goofy, silly roles. I'm a 21 Jump Street fan. I think he's really funny in that. I don't know, but I thought he was really good.
Yeah, I thought he was the standout. Like this is probably the best performance I've seen him give. So. Unless there's something I've not seen like Magic Mike, but
I doubt that Magic Mike will be either.
I mean, he does do a pretty good performance in Deadpool and Wolverine. Have you heard his Cajun accent? Well, he'll be back in Avengers Doomsday, folks, which we'll be talking about next year on the podcast.
Without the Cajun accent.
No, he's not. Is he not bringing that back?
They apparently told him to tone it down.
That's crazy. I don't want him back.
Don't want to express my opinions about Marvel. Kirsten Dunst was really good.
Yeah, I thought she was
wonderful.
Yeah.
I think for me, she was kind of the emotional backbone of the movie.
I thought the kids were good.
Yeah, the older daughter was good. A standout that for me was the pastor's wife. I thought she was like really good, even though she doesn't have that many scenes. That does remind me of one weird detail I noticed.
She just felt like a real pastor's wife.
Pretty much all of the songs they sing in the church weren't like Christian songs. Like they had nothing to do with like Jesus or like Christ or anything. It was just kind of like everything's gonna be all right.
Well, it was also
not the
like
Bob Marley song,
but weirdly non-specific denomination of Christianity.
And so I thought it was like a made-up church, but the church name is the same in real life as it is in the movie. I'm sure that they weren't singing like
maybe they just didn't want to get too much
songs
into like religion for the movie would be my guess. Like
maybe, but just with it being like such a big part of it, like I noticed it. I was like, these
like they didn't want to get picked up by Angel Studios.
Maybe. It was something I noticed to where I'm like, these like there's no mention of anything Christian in these church songs. I don't know if like y'all noticed that, but to me that was just like a weird thing that kind of took me out every time. Like there were like three songs they did. I was like, that's strange.
Church I grew up going to did not do pop music anyways.
Yeah.
We played the organ and we all chanted along.
We had like a piano and like a guitar and drums, but like we did like it wasn't like pop music. We had
the organ and that was it. At one point, when I was in like high school and I was kind of like getting ready to move away for college, we did have this guy who played guitar, but I'd hate to say that like everyone hated it, and it wasn't the guitar that was the issue. It was his singing in particular, because they mic'd him up.
Oh, and he was bad.
He's a sweet dude, and I hate to like. I doubt he'll ever watch this, but it was terrible. I hated it so much. It was so bad. So church music to me is different, I think, than church music to you guys would be in specific.
But like either way, I feel like they should like mention Jesus or something biblical or like the word Christ or God. It was just kind of like self-help songs. It was funny. Another thing I wanted to mention is there were Juno Temple plays Lakeith Stanfield's like girlfriend, and she's like a pretty big actress because she starred in she was like the female lead, I think, in Ted Lasso.
Yes.
And
she's
is also
the girlfriend.
She's also the lead in Fargo, the most recent season of the Fargo TV show. And she's like barely in this movie, so I just thought it was weird that they got her. Because, like, I don't think this was filmed a long time ago.
I had no idea that Lakeith Stanfield was in this.
Yeah, he was only in, like, one shot of the trailer.
I, like, didn't remember him being in the trailer, and when he came up, I was like, what?
She also stars in Venom: The Last Dance. So,
oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel, this movie also had Tony Revolori, I think is how you say his name, the guy that plays Flash in the Flash Thompson in the modern Spider-Man trilogy, like the bully character. I'll show y'all. Y'all both look very confused. This guy.
Oh, yes.
He's Flash the bully.
Yes.
And he's also in Grand Budapest.
All I know about him is that picture of him like standing in the middle of the street is that wide
Yeah.
shot. It looks terrible.
And so he is like the manager at McDonald's. Also,
Yes.
that part of the story is true. Like that one McDonald's employee saw him. They said they saw him run off in a direction, and so he was able to tell the police, like, hey, the guy ran that direction. The jacket thing is true, where like he gives people the jacket. It's just like it's very accurate, which I thought was weird, but cool.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I'm like very positive on this movie. Again, it's not like incredible. It wasn't blowing my mind. I liked it a lot more than I expected.
Huh?
You want to go ahead and give ratings?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and give ratings. I liked this movie. I didn't hate it. Again, I thought the soundtrack was really good. I really liked the lead performances. It's just, it kept going, and it kept going. And after a while, it just kind of fizzles out for me before it really ramps back up. But then you just start getting mad at the choices he's making towards the end there, where he's like, he's out of there. He made the money. He's gonna go to like Cuba or wherever, some tropical island. He's gonna be fine. And he decides to go back to the most obvious trap ever, and stuff like that. Like, I know it's based on a true story, and he probably says that's exactly how it went down. But like, that makes me so mad. It's like, I get it. Good for you. You love the woman. She turned you in.
Yeah. That story beat I was not wild about too when I watched it, but then I found that it was true, and I was like, okay. I mean, like, I didn't, like, that's kind of, a real thing happened that, like, was a cliche, and so it's like, how do you handle that? So I can't really hold it against it. Like, in my version of the movie, I wish it was something different.
I can, because, you know, I've seen plenty of biopics where they just lie about what happens.
Yeah.
Just lie. No one's gonna know. The average moviegoer, they're not gonna know. I gave this a 6 out of 10. I might rate it a bit higher if I rewatch it, but the possibility of me rewatching it is not high.
I have the exact same rating as Ben. I also give it a 6 out of 10, but I'd say like a higher 6. Like I might give it a 7. I thought it was good. I thought it was 6, 7.
Well, we'll see you next time, folks.
And cut.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I really don't have many other thoughts about it. I just thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm giving Roofman a 7 out of 10. I expected to give it like a 5 or something going into it because it looked so boring. Again, I'll probably never watch it again because it's not like something that I'm like ever going to clamor to go back to. I'd recommend it if it's on streaming or something.
I would recommend it to my parents.
Yes, it's a good parents movie.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Like, it's like a soft R. It is R, right? Because they say naughty words in it. And there's a boob. Maybe? But, like, it's like
There's a boob?
Yeah, Juno Temple has her boobie out, like, while she's laying in bed in one shot.
Does she?
Don't remember that.
Like, I noticed it, and I guess I'm a pervert, but I was like, that seems like an accident, but her nipple was out. Anyways, it's like a soft R. Go watch it with your family. 7 out of 10. Roofman.
It's got church in it.
Yeah. It was a weird.
Parents are gonna love it.
It's been a good year for these types of movies because you had Roofman, and earlier this year you had Dogman. So they make kind of an interesting, maybe we're going to have Barkman next.
Last year they had...
Wolfman was this year too, you're right.
Year. Last year there was Monkey Man.
Yeah.
No, that was this year too.
That's
right?
not dog thing. We're thinking
The
dog
Monkey
thing.
was this year. The Monkey.
Because Wolf, Dog, and Roof.
Okay. Next.
And cut.
Next movie.
All right, next up, this is my recommendation. I took the lead on Roofman. I guess I'll take the lead here. From Dusk Till Dawn. This movie is directed by Robert Rodriguez, who famously directed the Spy Kids movies, and written by the wickedly talented Quentin Tarantino, who has never been problematic at all.
Nope.
Came out. Oh wait, we forgot to do what's the budget for Roofman?
We did forget.
I just peeked the mic. All right, folks.
Maybe.
Tell me, Haylie and Ben, what do you think the budget for Roofman is?
I'm gonna go 65 million.
I was thinking 60, so I'll just say 60.
It is $19 million.
What the hell?
Wow.
They made it cheap. $12 million at the box office.
I guess it's just in a Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And Toys R Us don't exist anymore,
Where-
so
where
it's
are
just
they
an
getting
instead.
Toys R Us?
I assume they built the entire Toys R Us
They
and stocked
just
it.
built
They
the
bought
Toys
like
R
an
Us.
old Walmart and we're just like,
Anyways, back to From Dusk Till Dawn. From Dusk
Dawn.
Till Dawn is a horror comedy crime movie about two criminal brothers who kidnapped a retired pastor and his family while they are on the lam trying to escape to a shady bar in Mexico, and then hijinks ensue.
So, real quick.
Getting in spoilers.
He directed Spy Kids.
He directed Spy Kids
So
and
that
Shark
also
Boy Long
means
Girl.
he did okay. I was
Yes.
just wondering, because the name kept being familiar to me, but I didn't want to look it up.
Yeah.
I knew this was Quentin Tarantino before he even stepped on the screen, because at the very opening scene where the liquor store clerk and the sheriff are talking, I was like, I feel like I'm watching Dollar General Pulp Fiction. And then Quentin Tarantino walked on the screen, and I was like, oh yes, of course. I'm watching Liquor Store Pulp Fiction.
So y'all went into this movie like really blind,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Did y'all what did y'all know about
That's
it?
true. I still can't see.
Nothing.
We'll be right back.
I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
No.
I told them not to read the description, to go in as blind as possible. I mean, I guess Ben didn't look at the poster since he didn't know old Quentin was in there.
Ben really went in blind.
Yeah. But yeah, so what did y'all think?
I took your advice and I went in blind. So
Yeah.
No, I also didn't know Quentin was in this. I did also went in blind.
So here's the thing. Like, it was fun, but like, okay, we're talking about spoilers already.
Yeah, we're into spoilers.
There's vampires, you know,
Yes.
and before the vampires show up, they like get to this bar, like all this is happening, and you're kind of just like, well, okay, is the movie over now? And then the vampires show up, and that's pretty awesome.
It's a great midpoint.
But then, once again, like, they kill all the original vampires that were in the bar. They've, like, barred everything up. And you're like, okay, was the movie over now? And then somehow it keeps going. And the ending is, I like the ending.
Mm-hmm.
I like when they make all their cool weapons, like the shotgun cross and the chain stake, whatever you want to call that. It's just the motorized.
That's called
stake.
Longhorn's Roadhouse.
Longhorns Roadhouse?
Longhorn Steakhouse. Let's try that again. Say chain steak again. Take it from the top.
No, I'm not saying
That's called Longhorn Steakhouse.
okay.
Getting us a sponsorship from
Yeah.
Longhorn Steak at Longhorn Roadhouse.
Get the outlaw ribeye.
Friends of the show.
Oh, I'm so
Longhorn.
fat.
I think
I
that's
can't
an
believe
Outback's thing.
No, outlaw ribeye is the one at Longhorn.
Is it?
Trust me. I know.
Okay.
Trust me. It's like it's
There's
So
no.
I used to work at Logan's Dirt House, as y'all know. I used to work at a Logan's Dirt House, and there was one time this guy called me on the phone, and I answered, and he started screaming, asking me for the outlaw ribeye, and I was like, "Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we have a 12 and a 16-ounce ribeye," and he started screaming, "This is this is Longhorn. How do you guys not have the outlaw ribeye?" And I said, "Sir, this is a Logan's," and then he hung up. And that is something that happened to me one
awesome.
time.
Were there vampires in your Logans?
No.
So
Anyways.
I thought the vampires were cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just feels like there's 3 different points where this movie could have ended, and it kind of chose the worst one, maybe. I don't know if worst is the right word, but Quentin Tarantino decides he wants to play the role of the guy who's a convicted sex criminal, and also during this movie, what are you doing with your hand?
I burped.
Oh. You're over there just like.
I'm kind of burpy.
He also makes sure that the character he plays is the one he wrote to have Selma Hayek pour liquor
Correct.
down her leg, and he drink the liquor from her foot.
Have you considered what if he's not a foot fetishist and he's like, this is so gross, I'll take the bullet and do it, so nobody else
Right.
has to.
Right.
I think that's probably.
I think George Clooney would have done it.
Yeah,
He's a good actor, you know.
Like as a director, I would have
probably
done
would
it.
have
like
done it.
to like protect my cast.
To protect the cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save me from Selma Hayek. She's
I'd be
too
like,
beautiful.
I messed up the
But
tape.
he's not
Selma,
gonna-
we got to do it again.
He's not even the director.
I would have Stanley Kubricked it and done 80 takes.
Quentin, damn it!
He said, "All right,
You gotta get all the toes
just
in."
To do it.
Line. We're out of alcohol.
Okay, my thoughts on the movie, I guess.
Alright, that's lunch.
my thoughts on the movie is that I really liked it, and I really hate how much I liked it because of all the misogyny.
Isn't it
and,
so like early 2000s
like,
that it makes you want to puke?
No, like actually, like I like really enjoyed it, and genuinely, like if like certain small plot points were taken out, it would be like close to like a 9 or a 10 in my book. Like I really enjoyed
Which
it.
plot points in particular did you
Like
enjoy?
not necessarily plot points, but just like the way that they talked about women, just like I don't know, like genuinely, like I don't know, but like I really enjoyed like the entire like premise and like the
woke Haylie today.
Woke Haylie.
I really enjoyed like the entire premise and the entire like most of the acting other than like the foot stuff, I guess. I don't know. I really liked it.
What's wrong with the foot stuff?
Yeah.
I did not like the design of the vampires.
Yeah.
I thought they were cool.
I like that they all looked different.
They were all different.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
I didn't get it.
It's like instead of actual vampires, they're more like demons.
I guess.
They got their own thing going on.
I
They're not, like
guess.
the same. But like,
yeah.
I guess they are vampires. George Clooney keeps calling them vampires, and they die by traditional vampire means. But none of the vampires are outright like, we are vampires. You know?
Yeah.
Are you a vampire? I'm impressed.
I've been studying up a little.
So I've seen this movie. I saw it for the first time last year, and I really like this movie a lot. Like I don't think it's a great movie, but it's a very fun movie that I really enjoy. Because it's like an homage to like B movies, that's Robert Rodriguez's game.
The B movie.
The B movie, yeah. I love it. I knew there were vampires in it going into it, and I was very impressed with like how long they hold off on that reveal, which is why I wanted y'all to go in without knowing there were vampires, so we could see like the different experience that we had.
Like assume because of the title.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I saw the title of the bar, I was like, oh okay, like
yeah,
I didn't like explicitly know that they were gonna be vampires, but like when I saw them, I was like, that makes sense.
Did you have an inkling? Or?
Because you know they get to the bar called From Dusk Till Dawn. My thought is that, or like the bar's not called From Dusk Till Dawn, but like the bar says it's open for Dusk Till Dawn. That's like the title of the movie. I'm like, okay, maybe they just have to like. Their guys running late, so they just have to like hole out in this shady bar, and they meet a bunch of shady characters and shenanigans happen. I wasn't expecting such shenanigans as like the house band's instruments turn into human torsos.
Yeah.
Also, was Sinners influenced by this?
Yes, it had to have been.
When I saw
Sinners,
that, I was like, what?
Sinners is kind of like a beat for beat, like retelling of this movie. Two criminal brothers come into town, go to a big club, get there, realize that there's a lot of vampires, try to hold them out, accidentally let all the vampires in. One of the criminal brothers turns into a vampire very early on, and then one criminal helps the little kid escape.
They had to have seen this, right?
It's like basically the same movie. It's crazy.
But one of them is a lot better made, and it's also
and the other one is Sinners.
Blues music. Huh?
Okay, I'm like pretty on the same page with both these movies. Like people call me a Sinners hater because I give it like an 8 out of 10, and I don't think it's the greatest thing ever made. Like I like it a lot. I like this movie a lot too. 8 out of 10 is
a very fair rating.
Do it?
I feel like 8 out of 10 is a very fair rating.
I agree, but I've had people give me crap.
But like you cannot put these movies on the same level.
I think that the tone change and vampire stuff works so much better here. And like Sinners, I think is shot better and like acted better.
Sinners is also it's not trying to shock you with the vampires. Like like it's building up that the vampires are gonna be there. This movie is just like boom, there's vampires now. Kill yourself.
Is this movie marketed as a vampire movie? Like is the trailer?
It is now. I don't know about how it was then, but I know like in the description on Peacock it says like there's vampires here. I feel like Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino don't want people to know that vampires are part of the movie until they get there because it's treated like a big like twist. But I don't know.
Like just a normal like crime drama.
Yeah.
First.
Like it's kind of just like a Pulp Fiction type movie, like you said, up until they get to the bar.
Also, man, imagine being Quentin Tarantino's character. Like, put yourself in your universe. You're this guy.
I don't want to pretend to be that character.
Your older brother is George Clooney. Dude, I'd want to die. How did I get like such the short end of the stick where my brother is one of the most handsome working actors ever?
Well, Quentin Tarantino's character, he may not be that attractive, but he does have riz. Like, I don't really like at the end how it's implied that the girl is like attracted to George Clooney.
That is weird.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, like everyone is, but like in the context of this film, it's like no.
yeah, that's weird. Like what's the Beauty and the Beast fan theory?
Stockholm.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about.
It's not even a real thing. It was made up by internet theorists to explain away Beauty and the Beast being problematic.
Yeah. But yeah, like
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
You're saying that Stockholm syndrome isn't a thing?
It's like, I mean, that's not the reason that like people made it up, but like it's not like accepted as a real like mental disorder.
I don't think that's true.
Last I checked, but okay.
Okay.
Well, let's jump into that. Folks.
No,
The DSM-5. I don't know. I don't want to make any problematic statements. Anyways,
it's
about
like
this movie not being
gay
sexist.
is mental illness. I don't know.
Whoa.
It's
Clip that, chat.
It feels like a way to put blame on. Okay, I'm about to get into something deep. It feels like a way to put blame on people who are abused for staying with their abusers. Right? You see what I'm saying with that?
This is a conversation between Ben and Haylie. I just like the vampire.
Wait, what?
It's the Stockholm syndrome, where it's like you fall in love with someone because of proximity, and like even though they treat you bad, you stay with them. It feels like a way to victim shame people who are in abusive relationships.
I don't think it's victim
leave.
shaming. It's not victim shaming. I think that it's something that happens to people when they're like when they go.
You are mentally ill because of this, and not like you are abused.
No, I don't think so.
Clay's doing deep googling.
I'm on the
I think that we just think of that word in a different way. I think that like you're thinking of it in a negative way, and I'm thinking of it in like a literal way.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that it's just the yeah. Anyways.
It's controversial, folks. Do your own research.
Okay.
Clearly
I didn't know it was controversial.
Yeah,
so
I knew it like wasn't in like the DSM-5, which is like
I didn't know that.
where like most diseases are, or like mental like issues, but like I don't know.
Okay, I did not know that this was a controversy.
And
Anyways,
the Rugrats are all in Angelica's heads.
Moving on.
Anyways, I don't know how we got on that. I forgot what we were talking about. The vampires.
The girl falling
George
in love
Clooney.
with George
Oh
Clooney.
yes, that's weird. I think that is
It's
weird.
very strange.
But it's like Quentin Tarantino made like Jackie Brown like a year after this, and that is like the complete opposite of this movie. To where it's like I don't think it's problematic at all.
Didn't like. I mean, he acted in this movie, but like
He wrote this movie.
I know he wrote it.
Yeah.
But did he have like anything to do with like
Probably
the?
a producer as well.
Is he a producer? Like
I can look that up, but
He's
him and
like a
Robert
casting
Rodriguez
couch.
are like good friends.
Okay.
So and like Tarantino wrote it, so like I'm sure he you know he didn't produce it. It was
Did he not?
he did not.
Wow.
But like
Wow.
I'm sure that they were working together on this the
Yeah.
whole time.
Sure.
But like yeah, it is. I don't remember where I was going with what I was saying before we got on the Stockholm thing.
Real cool thing about the ending is the big painted background of like the vampire temple underneath the bar.
Oh yeah. That is awesome. So that's just kind of
Just
like a
changed the
silly,
subject.
goofy little ending, but they actually get into that in the expanded universe because this is actually a really big franchise, and it's crazy that like neither of y'all have heard of this. Because there are 2 sequels.
What?
Neither of them have Quentin Tarantino or George Clooney in them.
Well,
They're all
Quentin
different
Tarantino
characters.
dies, so I want to
Yeah,
hope he
yeah.
comes back.
So the second one, they're also direct to DVD or direct to video sequels. So the first
Okay.
one is called From Dusk Till Dawn 2: Texas Blood Money, and it stars Robert Patrick, who plays the T-1000, I think, in Terminator 2. He's also Peacemaker's dad. And Danny Trejo returns in that one. And then From Dusk Till Dawn 3, The Hangman's Daughter came out in 1999.
The Hangman's Daughter.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It came out in 2000, so just 1 year after the second one. And it stars nobody I've ever heard of except for Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo just loves this franchise.
Well, he's just like best friends with Robert Rodriguez because he's in Spy Kids, he's in Machete, he's in a bunch of stuff. So there's 2 of those. There was also a TV. Let me make sure. Yeah, there was also a TV show that is kind of like they wokeify From Dusk Till Dawn, from what I understand. I use that term so much ironically that like I think people think I actually believe it. But it's like, from what I've seen described online, is it's kind of like a feminist take on From Dusk Till Dawn. It's a TV show that came out in 2014 that goes into like the lore of the vampires and how they're connected to like Mesoamerican like history and stuff. I've not seen it. It doesn't look like it has the same like style as the movie. It's like more grounded, but
I feel like there was no thought into what these vampires were when making this movie.
Yeah.
I feel like they were just like, let's make some vampires.
Yeah, that's why I think it's so interesting that it became a franchise.
It feels like they got like 17 different makeup artists and were like, just make vampires, and then they just made whatever they wanted.
And it looked cool. I liked it.
So, the series came out from 2014 to 2016. There were 3 seasons.
Okay.
30 episodes each, and I'm trying to see like what it was on. I don't know what what streaming. It was on a network called El Rey.
Find it and watch it today.
Yes.
Maybe it's good.
There's a lot of From Dusk Till Dawn that we haven't watched, folks.
So much. There's a lot of Spy Kids we haven't watched.
Exactly. And Shark Boy and Lava Girl, because I've not seen the sequel.
Watched it. There's a sequel?
Yeah, there was like a Netflix original movie that like had adult.
Netflix original.
Yeah, it had like adult Lava Girl and Shark Boy come back.
Okay, I'm gonna get woke for a second. No, don't do that. There's no reason for that. Shark Boy and Lava Girl is a perfect movie, and I hate Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, I just think like Robert Rodriguez is one of the most interesting directors like ever made, because he goes between like incredible, like this movie almost got an NC-17 rating. Like it was like that was a debate of like what to make, and he made El Mariachi, which was like a really edgy movie. He made Sin City, and he also made like Spy Kids. He also directed that 100 Years movie with John Malkovich that doesn't come out until the year 2115.
Oh yeah.
Have y'all heard about this?
No.
Yeah.
He directed a movie starring John Malkovich that is like not supposed to come out for like 100 years.
What?
So like it's like in a vault somewhere, and it's
Are you
scheduled
serious?
to be. Yes, it's scheduled to be.
Yeah,
Like if you
real.
look at Wikipedia, the release date is November 18th, 2115.
So we'll never get to see it.
Not unless somebody goes in there and steals the movie.
No, we'll live. That's like that put us at like what 100 and.
I'm
16
not
or
seeing
something?
that
Yeah.
movie.
We'd be at
I'm never going to
116
complete the Robert
years.
Rodriguez filmography. But that is his, I guess, technically most recent movie.
We should do something like that.
But his most recent movie
No,
after that
I'm
is
good.
Spy Kids Armageddon from 2023. If anybody saw that,
Nope.
classic.
All right, you want us to give our
Never did.
ratings?
Yeah, what did y'all think of From Dusk Till Dawn? What are your ratings?
I don't remember what I give it on Letterboxd, but I'll go ahead and give it here and now a 7. And if that's different from my Letterboxd review, who cares? Who
It's
cares?
all fake. It's just numbers.
It's numbers. None of it's real. None of this matters. You're not real. I'm not real. Wake up. You've been in a coma for 7 years.
Like Finn in Adventure Time.
Okay, that's my rating.
I also gave it a 7 out of 10. As I said earlier, I was being dramatic earlier. I gave it a 7. I wanted to give it like an 8 or maybe a 9, probably an 8, but I could not give it higher than a 7 considering all the misogyny and weirdness. And
I think you should have
stuff.
sucked Selma Hayek's toes twice.
Yeah. I want to misogyny her feet.
Okay.
Cut that out.
I'm also giving this movie a 7 out of 10.
Wow,
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
Yay.
We love
We
vampires.
should get like confetti poppers for whenever
Yeah.
we're unanimous.
Okay, editor Haylie, add in like a sound effect of like the like you know, confetti up out of the corners and explosions like boom, 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 boom,
Flies by.
yeah, a big American flag in the background.
You guys are going to watch this back.
Then
and
start playing the national anthem.
I don't watch the podcast. What do y'all think the budget of From It's 11/11 Make-A-Wish? What do y'all think the budget of From Dusk Till Dawn was?
I think it was like, I'll say 21.5 million.
Haley?
19.
It's 19 million! We have
Nuclear bomb.
Moving on.
Well, now that was anticlimactic.
She got it right.
Moving right along.
It made $59.3 million at the box office. Moving right along.
We had a secret third suggestion that we didn't tell you guys about last week. You've seen the thumbnail, or if you are this far into the podcast.
Yes. Our next Freaktober pick, Haley Budd. What did you pick?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Woo! Tell us about it. What's Little Shop of Horrors about?
I just watched Little Shop of Horrors for the first time in the middle of a park, so you're gonna tell us. What
Oh
Little Shop of
yeah,
Horrors is
okay.
about.
So Little Shop of Horrors is based on a Howard Ashman off-Broadway musical. The movie came out in 1986 and was directed by Frank Oz, who was a famous Muppeteer who also
Famously
played
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy. He played Yoda
Really?
in the Star Wars
I didn't know
movies. He
He's also one of Rolf the dog's hands.
Yes, he's big into puppets. So he decided to adapt Little Shop of Horrors into a movie in 1986. The film stars Rick Moranis as Seymour Krelborn.
Who everyone loves.
Everyone loves Rick Moranis.
Moranis fans here.
He's a poor little guy who lives on Skid Row. He falls in love with a flower shop employee named Audrey. And one day he comes across a secret alien plant named Audrey 2 who convinces him to feed it human blood. So what did y'all think of Little Shop of Horrors, and how did we watch it, guys?
Little Shop of Horrors was awesome. This is actually the second movie I've watched today that's a Halloween musical that's about flesh-eating aliens. So I thought that was really neat.
The first one was?
A Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's
of course.
right.
Bet you didn't know they were aliens. Mm-hmm. Weird twist. Spoilers for that one, I guess. Really great music. I enjoyed it a lot. It's very catchy. I love a good puppet. You know me, Roost, November 1st, mark your calendar, save the date. So I really enjoyed like Audrey 2, like animatronics, puppets, however they did it. It was really cool. It looked awesome. I feel like when I'm arriving on set that day, I'm one of the cast. I'm like, oh boy, I pretend I'm Steve Martin, the evil dentist. Like, oh boy, I get to get eaten today. That's probably gonna be such a fun scene. He's chopped up when he's eaten, but you know what I mean. Like getting to like go inside that, it might have been really cool.
Yeah,
that's my thoughts. I don't know.
What you think?
Well, since Ben didn't say how we watched it, we did watch it in at a fun community event.
We just doxed ourselves. Oh, the SWAT team's coming in.
I'll do. We went to a fun. Well, they don't know that we live there.
Gosh dang it, Haylie!
It's on Clay's hard drive.
Anyways, continue.
I'm going to bleep out the city name.
They don't know that we live there.
They don't know that we live at 123 10th Avenue.
We saw it at a community event in a park.
A dog park.
And it was on
dogs.
a big screen. There was a lot of people there and a lot of cars going beep beep bonk bonk. And
a lady sitting behind us narrating the entire movie to her child.
That did happen. But it was really great. I really liked it. It was my first time watching it, even though I did recommend it. I know it's one of Clay's favorite movies. I wanted to keep up the FreakTober. And I thought that a musical would be fun, because I don't think we've done a musical on here yet. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. The music was good. I thought the puppet was really cool. And yeah.
I love this movie. I saw it for the first time several years ago. It has become like a yearly watch for me. There's 3 movies I watch every October: Shaun of the Dead, The Thing, and Little Shop of Horrors. I just think everyone's incredible in it. I think Rick Moranis is incredible in it. I think that Levi Stubbs as Audrey 2 is incredible in it. I think Ellen Green, who plays Audrey 1, is incredible in it. Steve Martin is super funny. Bill Murray has a super funny cameo appearance in one scene.
When Bill Murray showed up, my mind was blown.
Yeah.
Because Steve Martin's already the best part of this movie. No offense to anyone else.
Mm-hmm. But the songs are great. This might be my most listened to movie soundtrack. I listen to the songs constantly.
He was listening to them earlier today.
In the shower. I was. Did you come down here and hear me?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a fun fact. Clay's shower is just off screen.
It's right there.
And I like to just sit on the floor in front of his door and listen. He has a beautiful singing voice.
Okay, thank you. I was actually listening to them in the shower today because I was excited to watch it again. But yeah, so the park experience was fun. People I was surprised. I felt like an event like this would bring out a lot of fans of the movie who would I was worried it was gonna be a sing along thing, kind of like they do with Rocky Horror. But it seemed for a lot of people, do what?
Rocky Horror is a whole event
itself,
though. It's screened every year at theaters because that's how it was as a play.
And so, I know this is a super duper popular musical, especially with weirdos. Such
as ourselves.
Yeah, and so I expected there to be a lot of fans, but it seemed like there were a lot of people who had never seen it before because there was good crowd reaction. There was also a lot of families who had kids.
And people would applaud after the songs, which I understand. Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
They were clapping and gasping.
Yeah. Did y'all have a favorite musical number from the film?
I liked the opening.
The Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah, I like the opening.
Mm-hmm.
I like
the ending.
I like the one I don't know the name of the song. I'm guessing it's like "Feed Me Seymour" or something. But the one where he chops up Steve Martin.
So the one where he chops up Steve Martin is Supper Time,
Where
his boss comes and finds him.
That one's good.
Feed Me is the song where like Audrey's trying to convince Seymour to kill the dentist. Okay. Where they're like in the shop across the way.
Those two songs are like back to back, and they're really awesome. And so I give them both the same title of good job.
Yeah. So the music, this movie and the musical is written by Howard Ashman, who this was like his first like really big thing. And then he went on. Disney brought him on to write a bunch of their soundtracks. So he wrote The Little Mermaid. He wrote the soundtrack to The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. I think there might be one more that I'm forgetting. But he did those 3 movies. Those were 3 famous ones. And then he unfortunately died of AIDS. But you see a lot of like Little Shop of Horrors in his later movies, especially.
I was thinking while watching this, and like now that you mention it, makes perfect sense. I was like, this feels very Disney, but I know this is not Disney.
Yeah. So Somewhere That's Green, which is the song that Audrey sings when she's like in her fantasy house, that song sounds exactly like Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. And if like even like the last like 10 seconds of it are basically lifted and put in that movie.
And there's a really funny bit in that song as well, where in her little fantasy that her and Seymour are together, like have kids, it like goes into their master bedroom and they have 2 twin-sized beds.
Yeah. And they even like when they were making The Little Mermaid, they referred to Part of Your World as Somewhere That's Wet because they were like, this is a direct like continuation of Somewhere That's Green. I'm full of Little Shop fun facts. I'm not like a musical theater nerd, but this movie is great. What were you about to say? Was that a little penis joke I heard coming out of your mouth? Go ahead.
There's a little penis coming out of your mouth.
Alright. But yeah.
Make sure to put an explosion over that high five.
You guys are making me do a lot.
Boop, 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 boop. Have Audrey come out of the screen and eat us all.
That's a little bit much. I could do the booms, but not boom.
But there are a lot of songs I love. I love Skid Row, which is the second song where they're kind of introducing you to like how awful like Skid Row is.
That I did like the ending of that one where like Audrey's part and Seymour's part kind of came together, and that like
it gives me energy.
That was sick.
I love Feed Me is great. Suddenly Seymour is like the most famous song from this movie, and I absolutely love that one. Mean Green Mother from Outer Space is a really good song.
Like
it's the only original song for the movie. They added that in. The rest of the music is from the play, and there's a lot from the play that didn't make it into the movie, which I can I guess get into. The song "The Meek Shall Inherit," which is like during the montage where like he's signing contracts and getting famous. That is probably my favorite song from the soundtrack, but they cut like the majority of it from the movie. So they filmed like a dream sequence that's not in the director's cut or in the original version of him with the rest of the song where he's kind of contemplating like, do I like give up on this plan or do I keep going for it? And then the final song in the director's ending, Don't Feed the Plants. I love that song so much. What did y'all think of the 2 different endings? I showed them both the theatrical ending and the director's cut ending.
I think I could have lived nicely knowing that Seymour and Audrey live happily ever after, and that Audrey actually doesn't get impaled by Audrey too, and then Seymour feeds her to the plant, and then the plants take over the world. Felt like a bit of a downer, but I do think it was a better ending. Like, it made more sense. It felt more like karmic justice for everything Seymour had done. To me, this story kind of feels like a genie giving out wishes. It's like, you can have everything you want, but there's going to be a cost. And that cost is going to be, I kill a bunch of people, including your girlfriend. Bye.
I like the director's cut more. The director's cut is what I thought was going to happen when I was watching the original. And when I saw that she survived that, I, like, in my head was like, there's no way he was chewing her. Like, there's no way she would have survived that. And then she came out and I was kind of just like, okay. When we watched the director's cut, I did see a lot of your Cannibal stuff in the director's in the end of your of the director's cut. Go stream Cannibal on the Hit or Miss YouTube
This movie very heavily inspired Chef Grill Goes to Cannibal.
But when I was watching them shopping in the things, I was like, okay, this is the Chef Griddle at the end. But I No, yeah, I totally think that the director's cut makes more sense. To me.
It's such a huge scene. Like they cut what 2 songs, and the final sequence where the plants are taking over the different cities is absolutely massive, and the fact that they just cut it all is crazy.
Crazy.
When they were doing it was because test audiences thought that the original ending was a downer, which is also the ending of the musical.
It is a downer, but movies don't have to be happy.
In the musical, from what I understand, they have people dressed as the plants run out into the audience during that last part.
Oh.
And so in the movie they say they list all the cities they're eating, and then they point at the screen and are like, and this theater or something. That in the musical it's because you're in a theater watching it. And so the implication is they've come into the real world, I guess. But I love that whole ending sequence, all the Audrey. That's where I feel the most complicated Audrey puppetry stuff is. Audrey is my favorite. Audrey 2 is my favorite special effect in any movie ever. I think that puppet looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it does.
And there was some really great bits in the city with one of the Audrey 2s eating the train.
Yeah. And blowing into the pipe and
that was awesome. I can't believe they gave Audrey 2 lung cancer from vaping.
Yeah,
it gets everyone. That
puppet is just so complicated, and every bit of movement, it they add in so many details they don't need to. The lip syncing is insane. I think how good
lip
it is.
Movement is crazy as well. Y'all were joking when we were watching their director's cut, and he was like, "Oh, this looks like a Godzilla, man." And haha, jokes on you. There is a Godzilla monster that's a giant plant. All right,
So the way they actually made the plant's mouth movements work, it's so big they couldn't get it to actually sing the songs that quick. So in any shot that had Audrey 2 and another character in it where they in camera together, they had the actor learn the lines and the actions in slow motion so they could have the plant go through it at half speed, and then they would speed it up. So you'd never notice it when you're watching the movie, but now that that if you watch it again, you'll see that Seymour kind of rocks back and forth when he's walking so that it looks more natural when he speeds it up. And they just taught them how to sing it at half speed, and they would play back the track live at half speed.
That's
so
crazy.
They could sing together. And then when they speed it up, it's seamless. This movie is a magic movie where I'm there's so much magic in it that I'm I don't know how.
They don't make movies like this anymore
don't.
today, and that's because it already exists. The Little Shop of Horrors is already real.
How many takes did they?
Probably a ton. Probably a ton
that's
for
crazy.
all the shots that they cut from the end of the movie.
1 billion.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, what are you doing? What was your...
Yeah.
What? Why? Anyways.
There's been a lot of theory, a lot of speculation as to why people didn't like the original ending, because it was such a popular ending from the play. And I think it was Frank Oz came out and he said what we realize is that with theaters people can accept a downer ending because all the actors come out and bow at the end, but in a movie they just die and you don't see them again. And so
that's true. But I do at the end of the director's cut, the Audrey 2 breaks through the screen, things are projected on her. So it's she's there.
Yeah.
She's gonna eat us. I think that's cool. So
yeah.
I think it's sad.
Also, it is based on a play, and the play it's a tragedy, comedy tragedy, So I feel that makes sense that they die.
It does follow the structure of a Greek tragedy, beat for beat.
And so the play is actually based on a different Little Shop of Horrors movie. Were y'all aware of this?
No.
Yes.
So there's a Little Shop of Horrors B movie that was produced by Roger Corman.
Movie.
He was a famous second letter in the alphabet movie producer, and it was a pretty normal horror movie, but it had all the weird aspects that are in this movie, the sadist dentist. It was even weirder. There was a guy who was horny for eating flowers and stuff in that original movie. I watched it for the first time last year. It was a no budget little movie.
Maybe they just Bill Murray took over that guy's role and was just horny for going to the dentist.
He was a masochist who went to see the sadist or whatever combination that is.
That was such a beautiful scene. I really loved that.
But yeah, so Howard Ashman was a big fan of that and Roger Corman's other movies, so he adapted it into a play, which got readapted into a musical. So it's a love letter to old crappy 50s horror movies. Yeah. Another puppet.
And now it's an iconic 80s musical.
Yes. Another puppet that I think is really impressive that gets overlooked is there's one shot in the Dentist song where the camera is like going through the mouth of the patient.
Yes, that one was so sick.
It's so impressive, and it's just there for a shot. And I'm like,
I was like, please cut back to this, and they never did.
They put so much effort into this movie. Like, they don't make movies like this anymore. Like, I love this movie so much.
It's a really great movie. I might be like raising my score up a little bit after yapping about this.
Yeah. Ellen Green, who plays Audrey, is an actor who returned from the musical. So she played Audrey Audrey in the original musical. The studio wanted like a bigger name, but like the director and writer and all the team was like, we want to get her back.
No, absolutely not.
Her voice, like both as an actress and
her voice
like,
is
singing,
so specific and
and like she goes from like the squeaky like Betty Boop type cartoon voice to like her and Suddenly Seymour when she's like hitting those like high notes or whatever. I'm like, oh, she's so incredible.
Her voice is very specific. I didn't like love it. Like it kind of like irked me a little bit, but I can see how it's like
it grows on you.
Yeah.
It grows on you like a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has just become like, to me it's like I couldn't hear anyone else doing
that. That's what I mean. Yeah, like
that would be,
it irked me, but I see how it's like iconic.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Columbia and Rocky Horror Picture Show. Don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen it once, but
she's
girl. Yeah.
She's got that same kind of style of like really high pitched, and then occasionally gets lower down, and like you're like, whoa.
I was down here and I heard the Meatloaf Hot Patootie song playing upstairs, and I was like, that song's awesome. But I like Little Shop of Horrors a lot more. I think Little Shop's music is like almost every song is a banger.
I like Rocky more, but that's a conversation.
Different
can of worms. That's not on the podcast debate.
Yeah. I just think everyone in this movie is so good. Rick Moranis this is his best performance, I think, by far. Even though he's great in like Ghostbusters and a bunch of other stuff, Honey I Shrunk the Kids, but like this is so good.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, yeah. Which he's coming out of retirement for Spaceballs,
which is so awesome. Now that he's out of retirement, Rick Moranis, friend of the show, come on the show one day. We'd love to have you.
Another big storyline that's cut from the musical is that Mr. Mushnick, who's kind of like his father figure, one of Seymour's big goals in the musical is to get Mr. Mushnick to like adopt him. Oh. And so I believe what happens is like he's close to signing his adoption papers, but Seymour has to kill him because he's caught like during the supper time number, and so it kind of like adds like an extra punch to it. And they allude to that in the movie where Seymour's like, oh, he found me and like brought me into his shop or whatever. But it doesn't go nearly as far into that. That's like the biggest stuff that's cut from the original musical.
This is a beat for beat Greek tragedy.
Yeah.
It's a sad movie, folks.
Bad things happen to
but it's
bad
very
people,
funny.
And even worse things happen to even worse people.
What did y'all like expect coming into this? Did you expect it to be like a comedy or like
So I had always been like culturally aware of this. I've listened to some of the songs. I just never seen the movie.
Yeah.
My sister was in show choir when she was in high school, and they did like the opening theme song for like one of their shows in like the fall. And so from there, and I'm not like a big musical theater guy, but I am a musical theater guy. I enjoy musical theater, so I've like listened to it before, so I had a good understanding.
Yeah.
But I had not seen the movie at all.
I'd heard of it and like heard about it. I'm not a horror person, so like it has horror in the name. So like, and I'm not a big musical person. So I guess the two
I'm
of
a
those
big horror person.
Okay.
Right there. Make sure you do that.
Boom, 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 boom. This is a great bit.
Okay. I'm gonna edit it in.
There's the eagle.
I'm gonna actually edit this. That y'all have to keep it up.
And this part's in 3D. Ooh. Anyways, Haylie.
The other question I had was: is this related to the Mario Piranha Plant?
No, but it is. I remember as a kid, there was like an animated YouTube video where it was like Mario and Luigi fighting a piranha plant that was taking over Peach's castle, and it sang Mean Green Mother from Outer Space. And I loved that video as like a kid. And then I saw this movie, and I was like, oh my god, that's the song from that. But yeah, like maybe, but like because the movie
plant is probably from
what
the
came out first?
The movie came out a year after the original Super Mario Bros.
Come out,
but the play came out in like.
Is that the same design from the play?
The 1982 musical. I don't know. They're probably unrelated. They just have like
because
similar.
there's also that like again, the giant plant monster from Godzilla.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe
We're all copying each other.
there's really only one way you can go with a giant plant monster, and it's Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we love plants.
This is one of those movies that I have always said should never be remade. I think this is like the best version of this story. Like maybe a few tweaks can be made. However,
Maybe Kermit the Frog should be there. And
yeah,
not
and
like
Miss Piggy and Yoda.
not like replace Seymour, but like he should basically just be like an offshoot of Seymour. Like they're the same character, and like this is happening to both of them.
Kind of like in like the Always Sunny episode where they parody Seinfeld, where they have like two of them play Kramers because there's too many characters.
So like you just do a Muppets Little Shop of Horror,
Yeah.
but like Rick Moranis and Kermit the Frog are both Seymour.
Yeah. So they announced a remake of this movie in 2020. It was going to star Taron Egerton, who plays
Elton John
and Rocket Man,
and also the guy in Sing.
Also the guy in Sing. I think that is a pretty good pick. I can't really think of someone immediately that I'm like is better.
A face for it though, because Rick Moranis, and this is fully a compliment, has such a face. He has such a good face.
Yeah. But he's a good singer. I think he can look pretty nerdy. I didn't think that was a bad pick. Scarlett Johansson was going to voice, or was going to play Audrey. I think that's an awful pick.
Terrible.
Or Audrey too.
Audrey, the girl.
Yeah.
Terrible pick. Can she sing? I don't know.
I can't think of any movie where I've heard her sing.
Yeah.
Is she in that musical with Adam Driver, or is that not her?
Annette?
Adam Driver's in
Annette.
musical?
No, that's
that
not
her?
her.
That's not
like
her?
the opera singer actress.
Anyways,
Okay.
terrible.
I thought that was a
casting.
bad pick. And then Billy Porter, who I don't know if y'all know who that is, but that's this person who was in like he was in Kinky Boots and the Cinderella movie.
Yes.
Was going to play Audrey too, which I think is also a very bad pick. Later, it was announced that Chris Evans was going to play the dentist character, Steve Martin's character.
I think that would have worked.
I think, yeah.
As an actor working today, I feel like he has the same energy as Steve Martin did in the 80s.
Like, I don't think it's, like, the best pick ever, but that's one that, like, if it was a good remake, I would not have a problem with it. But yeah, so that movie was announced. It was in development for a while, and then it was canceled in September of 2022. Woo! Thank God. And then in 2024, they announced a reboot film that's, I guess, they have not announced anything like about this, but the title is called Little Shop of Halloween Horrors.
Oh.
And they want to turn it into like a bigger franchise than just like the one movie musical.
I think that would be fine.
I just like don't know what it is.
I would be fine with a spin-off.
Instead of like a florist shop this time, it's like an antique store.
Yeah.
And it's just each episode's a new type of store.
Yeah, maybe.
A new little horror taking over.
But Roger Corman, who like made the original one from the 50s, he was like producing this new version, and then he died like last year. So I don't know if it's still happening.
Rest in peace.
But I don't know. It's just a weird. I'm like I would rather see it than a remake, but I don't know what it is.
Rest in peace. We'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah, we summon ghosts sometimes on the show.
It's true. I've been learning about demons. This is true. So ever since I watched Hereditary the other day, I was like, Payman seems a little interesting. I wonder where they got this from. And we had also watched The Conjuring with like Valak, and I was like, okay, I'll look these up. I've gone down a YouTube rabbit hole about demonology. Someone please help me. I know way too much about this stuff. I was raised Catholic. I'm a good guy.
And that's why I'm here after Maya ate me before the last episode.
That's
they brought me back to life.
We made a summoning circle.
Maya was playing Audrey too and ate me, and now I'm back to life because of Ben's demonology.
Yep.
There's lore to this podcast.
On that note.
What did y'all... Oh, do you have more to say?
No.
I know I yapped a lot. What do y'all give Little Shop of Horrors? Horror.
Yeah, make sure you're
yeah, Haylie has a problem with sexism and From Dusk Till Dawn, but then she picks Little Shop of Horrors.
I gave this movie...
Horror.
I gave this movie an 8 out of 10. Although, the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, I should give this a 9 out of 10. That's my thoughts. It's really awesome. This is just like a really good movie. It's a really cool movie. Like I feel like it's genuinely no one would want to make this movie today because no one would want to put the amount of effort they put into making Audrey 2 or into that shot from the mouth. They'd be like, oh, we could just do it with freaking AI and then we'll put explosions on the screen right here. And it would be terrible.
Boo, 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 boo!
And the eagle will fly across the screen. You're like, what am I watching right now? So I feel like it's something you really like. You get to appreciate it. It's quite beautiful, and I'm glad that it exists, and I'm glad I got to watch it.
I'm also giving it an 8 out of 10. I really liked it. I would like to watch it again, not in a park.
Yeah.
With less people.
Probably not the best place to watch it initially, but I had fun.
But it was fun. It was a fun time.
I enjoyed that.
I am giving it a 9 out of 10. I really love this movie. There's just a few problems with it. I don't think that the radio station scene is very funny with John Candy. There's not really a point to that. They could just cut that scene.
John Candy's hilarious.
This entire podcast, you've been the positive.
I've been the positive one.
Oh, John Candy should not make this movie lose a star. That's my opinion. I think it's when Audrey 2 tries to bite that woman on the rear end. That's where it loses a star.
Yeah.
Because we don't stand for misogyny on this podcast.
True. I would want a misogyny Audrey 2's feet. Just give up. Just cut this whole part. Anyways, the Little Shop of Horrors explosion. I've just been in the positive mood today because we didn't have to watch The Black Phone 2.
Amen. What's the budget on Little Shop of Horrors? Are we gonna play Guess the Budget?
Play Guess the Budget on Little Shop of Horrors in the 80s.
Are we saying this is 1980 money?
And
this is 1980 money.
Probably pretty expensive.
This is 1980 money.
I was chef. Let me get 42 million.
42 million, Haylie.
35.
It is 25 million.
I was going to say 19 again. I should have said 19 again.
They were for what they did. They were pretty tight with their money, especially considering.
I feel like you could not make this movie for less than like 200 million today.
This thing could not be made, especially because they made like a giant, massive, incredibly expensive finale that cost Warner Brothers a lot of money, and then they cut it all.
Yeah.
But
is that included?
And Warner Brothers famously has never scrapped anything that's been fully shot and edited.
True.
Never.
But yeah, it made $54 million at the box office. It's a classic now. Everybody loves this movie.
Classic, everyone.
All right. So what are we watching next week, guys?
Nothing.
That's right. Hit or miss. The Hit or Miscast is going to have to take a little bit of a hiatus. Mm-hmm. We are working on getting a new recording studio kind of set up for this podcast. But we are all about to go away to work on a TV show together, which is going to be really fun. It's just that during the run of the show, we don't know when or if we're able to watch any movies.
Or record.
Yeah.
So we'll be back, and we'll make sure you know when we're back. Mm-hmm. And we'll be in a new setting, and it will be a lot higher production value, hopefully.
So yeah, we don't know we're not entirely sure when we will be back. But when we come back, we're going to do a catch-up episode where we just talk about a lot of the new releases that we've missed.
It will be in December or January.
Yes, one of those two.
It won't be. It's not too long.
And don't you worry, we will be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's too. I know all three viewers of our show are watching this and are like, oh my god, are they not going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Yes, we will.
We got Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Predator Badlands, The Running Man, Springsteen. Zootopia 2.
I'm excited for Zootopia 2.
Marty Supreme, maybe, if we don't come back until January.
We'll be back before Marty Supreme, I hope.
We'll see. It just depends on our travel schedules and stuff.
I think, I'm not going to say anything for certain. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 should be our, maybe we're back by then.
Yeah, maybe.
But we don't know. We'll get there.
But we'll have the new and improved cast when you come back. And that's why we're going to say welcome to the first episode of the Hit or Miss cast. But it'll also be labeled the 8th episode. It'll
be the first episode.
Because we did 4 and 3 that we didn't release.
It took us a while to get the format down.
Oh, yeah.
So big changes are coming. We're no longer going to be on the gray couch of doom. We're going to be in the exciting new set of Wonder and Magic.
The gray couch of bad posture.
Yeah. All right.
My back hurts so bad right now.
Yeah, me too. We've got fun little director's chairs that we're going to sit in, and lots of other little fun little secrets.
Chairs. While we're gone, though, things are still going to get uploaded. We got some wonderful stuff.
Oh, yeah. Roost,
in the works.
November 1st.
Roost, one of my short film I'm very proud of, where we did puppets. Nowhere near as impressive as Little Shop of Horrors, but we did puppets.
We sure did.
What's coming out December 1st?
The Lurkers.
The Lurkers! I just wanted to see if you were going to confirm that.
And that was something we shot not too long ago in the summer, so if you follow our Instagram, you've probably seen some of the BTS for that.
Mm-hmm. And if we don't come back until January, on January 1st, you'll be seeing The Genie and His Four Thieves, which is the second film I directed.
So 3 of our directors
in a row.
Yeah,
in a row. It's
actually all of our second films coming out.
At the same time.
Oh, yeah.
That's really epic. Unless you count Ashes to Ashes.
Ashes to Ashes was after Genie.
Well, I'm talking...
Oh, that was before. That was... Sorry, I was counting that because I forgot about the unreleased film.
Because you guys co-directed, but Haylie was mostly on camera there.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, anyways, we got a bunch of movies.
Doesn't matter. We also have a reel coming out of all the other stuff we've been doing.
Yeah.
Check out our website.
Mm-hmm,
We're constantly uploading things to our commercial and advertisement sections. So
and
check that out.
If you made it this far into the video, text Haylie and we have a special surprise for you.
Why you text me?
True.
Haley's phone number is
hitormissproductions.com.
All right.
And if you have any problems with us, also email Haylie at hitormissproductions.com.
I'm gonna put explosions.
and make sure that you send her your favorite clips of Quentin Tarantino sucking Selma Hayek's toes.
Guys, look at that eagle.
No, send those to me. All right, everybody, it's been fun. We'll see you next year or in December. Bye.